it's me, Rob, and we are here in VCarve Pro, and I have a little DXF that I got off of Etsy. It was kind of like a multi-pack design bundle. It was like a couple bucks. I just thought I'd buy one and kind of experiment with it. And so we're going to take a look at what we can do with a DXF and a handful of tools. By a handful, probably just a couple, because I have industrial CNCs and a lot of my tooling is tied up, so I kind of have to use what I have. So we're going to use a couple end mills and a V-bit. If there's some new people out there, V-bit is in the shape of a V, and end mills are round with a flat bottom. So let's. This is exactly how it imported when I imported it. So let's first off, we're gonna hit M on the keyboard. Let's kind of move it down to and then you can hit T for scale. T if you have a specific size. This is 12 inches by 12 inches. So it's a foot by a foot. Well, we can leave it at there. For now, actually, no. Let's just for the sake of, so we can see. Let's just scale it up a little. This is just for visuals. All right. So if we take a look at it, I thought it was kind of an interesting design. I mean, you've got this border on the outside, and then some neat patterns that didn't look too bad. Obviously, we won't probably be able to make it that exact sharpness for that point, but overall, I'm going to be using an 1/8 inch end mill, a 1/4 inch end mill, and then a V-bit, and I think maybe a 1/2 inch end mill. And so I think we can get most of this, most of the detail with those bits. So, all right, so let's kind of get started. Let's. It looks pretty good, interesting, but I think we can make it maybe a little bit more interesting. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to call this 0.125. That's going to be an 1/8 inch, because I'm going to name these based on depths. It's Christmas, so I'm going to call this one 1/4 inch. So we'll do red and green. Those are Christmas colors. Alright, so let's take a look at it. So first thing we have to do, and this is pretty typical of anything that, at least that I've gotten on the internet, none of these lines are joined together. So we need to make sure that when I click this, that all the lines are selected. To do that, we hit select all the lines we want to join, hit J, and hit join. Now if I join that, if I click that, it selects the entire thing. So I'm going to go through this whole thing and join all of these shapes together with their own respective lines, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I got everything joined. So if I click a line, it selects the entirety, and if you miss a line, when you go to assign toolpath to it, it's going to let you know that you missed it. So, but I think we're good on this one. Alright, so taking a look at this, we've got this edge border. I'm going to be using a 3/4 inch MDF piece of stock, so I think I'm going to make this outside border. This will be represent the top of the wood, and then anything we do will kind of go below that. So we'll see if we can get some three-dimensionality. 3D dimensionality, is that a word? Make it look like it's a little bit, like a little 3D like. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start selecting these shapes. Well, I say that. And we're going to go to the offset, and let's add an inner offset of 1/4 of an inch. And what am I in my, actually we want to be in the 1/8 layer, I think. Actually, what do we got this set of green? Now we can leave that at green. We can leave that at green. So basically everything we do is going to add to that green layer. That's okay. I think it's going to work out. So we'll do the same to all of these. Inner offset, inner offset. We'll even do these in here. There we go. So it's already starting to look kind of cool. So now that we have got these, so what we're going to do is we're going to start grouping stuff together. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, I kind of, what I'm thinking kind of going through my mind is we're going to machine all the wide down to 1/8 inch, and then we're going to go down another 1/8 to 1/4 in this green section. So what we'll do is we're going to select all the green, we're going to group them all together. We will do the same thing, but we're going to take this one away. So we've got 0.25, so this should go in 1/8 inch below this. Sweet. Yeah, so there we go. So that gives us kind of a stair step look. Nice stair step. Alright, so what I want to do now is to kind of give it a little, see right now I guess it could, you could stop here, but I want to give it a little some 3D dimension to it. And so this is where the V-bit is going to come in. So let's start with the 1/4 inch, and we're going to do our profile toolpath. Let's go to the cut depth of 0.25. We're going to select a 90-degree V-bit. Mine is a vortex. It's 2 1/4 inches wide. We're going to hit select. We're going to go on the line. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to ride on the line of all of those. And so we're going to call this, if we're going to name our passes, let's call this V-bit 0.25. Alright, let's see what this is going to do. So it should run that V-bit right along. So if we preview visible, boom. So it's going to start giving it kind of a tapered look. And you can see in here in the graphic, you've got some, it looks like some material left over. In the real world, it should kick it off. You might, I might be stuck doing a little bit of hand sanding, but they should be pretty easy to clean those corners from my experience. Alright, so now let's go do the exact same thing, but on the outside line. So let's put 1.25. We want to go on the vector. Let's just go ahead and name it. Right here, let's take a look. Boom. Look at that. And that's like, I mean, we did hardly any work on this thing. Like, this is just throwing a simple design in and just a couple of tools. So if you really put some time and thought into something, you could do a lot, like with not a lot. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this outer line. We're gonna go the full depth. We're gonna cut this thing out like if it was a square. I'm gonna use a 3/8 compression bit. We want to go outside on this one. We'll just go ahead and run it. Get rid of this. So there we have it. Here's our panel, and overall I think it looks pretty good. The 1/8 inch bit I think did what it needed to do, and that V bit for the most part, I think it, it gets into those corners pretty good. Might have to do a little hand sanding like here. And again, it's all in the design is how successful. Like if you're trying to figure out a pattern to do it, you really need to, you pick your pattern based around your tooling. But I think this would be really, this would be cool, like the size of a game table cabinet or something, just whatever. There's a lot of possibilities out there, and so hopefully this will, it's kind of inspiring to people who, are new, and you're like, I don't, necessarily know like how to go about designing. A couple dollars on Etsy or wherever you got DXF patterns, and if you got CNC with even, it's just some basic end mills, you can do a lot. And anyway, I'll stop rambling now so we don't drag this out any longer than it needs to be, and you guys have a good morning or evening, whatever it is, and we'll see you on the next one.